Can I ask you about the Louis stuff recently?
Sure.
What was your reaction to it? He comes back, he does comedy, and everybody gets pissed off.
Well, I don't think it was everybody. It was
a lot of people.
Yeah, some people got pissed off, and then a lot of people thought, like, he's had enough. Let him up off the mat. I always equate it to, like, I'd watch a buddy of mine get into a fight. I wanted him to win. But after a while, it was like, all right, it's over. You got him. Like, let him up. I mean, they took everything from him. And, like, if he wants to go out and do stand-up, I mean, it's a free country. You don't have to like it. You don't have to go to the shows or anything like that. But I just wish we could get out of this. I wish we could get back to I don't know if that period ever existed, but I wish we could get to a period where you could discuss things and not just have to pick a have people start yelling at you and then try to destroy your career just because you have a difference of opinion. Where if you're on the same page going, hey, this behavior is not correct and should be dealt with, and then you're disagreeing on type of punishment, length of punishment, or anything like that, and then it just becomes like this thing where that we live in a world now where you have to be afraid to say that stuff. It's to people who are allegedly progressive. It's like, how are you progressive if I have a difference of opinion, and so then you're going to try to destroy me? Is the irony of that. I don't have a problem if somebody disagrees with me. I would never try to go out, and like ruin them to the point that they're out on the street, And then I also have like a there's a lot of shit where it's just like, this sounds like a job for the authorities and people who went to law school, as opposed to me, who's just some
people on Twitter.
Yeah, and me, like, what the fuck do I know about the legal system? I don't know any of this stuff, but like most people, I do have an opinion, and I don't have a problem if somebody disagrees with me. I would never go after them like that, especially if they haven't done anything other than weigh in on a topic. It's bizarre. Like, everybody on the internet, they're just such good people, like, without having to demonstrate it. That's what I love. Like, there'll be like a hashtag. I saw one. It was this things I don't tolerate. And adults were literally weighing in on this. And then they were just saying all of this obvious applause break shit, like racism, bigotry. My favorite one, mean people. It's like, what are you, fucking 5 mean people? And that's just like, what did you have to demonstrate that you don't do that? Now, is there video of you being somewhere with a bunch of white people and someone drops the N-word and then you don't tolerate it? Is there any of that evidence? Or did you just fucking write a bunch of shit and it becomes like this self-serving fucking thing that's allegedly for the better good of society when it really isn't? It's like all those jerk-offs on Instagram acting like they're trying to inspire you and they're just trying to show you all the cool shit they have and their six-pack abs. I'm so fucking sick of people on Instagram telling me how hard they're working. Yo, we out here grinding, out here trying to get this paper. It's just like, yeah, everybody is. Oh, do you have to work hard in life? I didn't realize that. It's just like my favorite one. I love the one too where you bring all your cars out around the private jet. And it's just like, did you drive all those out there yourself and you just Ubered back to your garage? Did that take all day? Or did you have the gardener drive over the Hummer?
I like the LeBron Instagram workouts.
And then you have to stand there and you cannot be looking at the camera. You got to be looking off.
Sideways.
Yeah. And you got to have a look on your face. This is like, this is how we do it, man. This is, is that how you do it? I didn't know you could do it like that. I would have done it that way had I known how to do it. How do you do it? Oh, we're working hard. It's like none of this means anything. It's just somebody trying to, it's just like, just be an arrogant ass. Stop acting like you're trying to fucking help me.
The LeBron Instagram workout videos.
You knew the old man in me was going to come out at some point in this fucking podcast.
The LeBron Instagram workout videos. Like, I can't imagine Bird and Magic doing that 35 years ago.
Well, in defense of him, though, that didn't exist. They would have. There would have been people who did that shit.
Oh my God. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah. So anyway, one time there was this transvestite, and Patrice was holding court in front of the cellar, and I believe he was kicked out of the cellar at that point, but they couldn't stop him from hanging out there because upstairs was a restaurant. It was like this technicality. And I think they also knew that if Patrice hung out at the Boston Comedy Club, we all would have just done our sets and gone over to the Boston because you had to be around him. So he's sitting there, and he's trashing everybody. And all of a sudden this transvestite came down the street, and I don't know what the fuck he said to her, but she just stopped in her tracks, and she was all about it. And she got right in his grill. He was sitting down, of course, as always. And she was standing up, he, she, whatever the fuck you say, and they just started going at it. And I remember one of the first ones she hit him with, and she wasn't scared at all. She hit him with, like, what he told us was an old street joke, but she said that he had so many spaces between his teeth it looked like his tongue was in jail. And we all were like, wow, we all died laughing, right? And Patrice goes, that's a stock line. And he sized her up in 2 seconds, was like, all right, so this girl, she knows a bunch of fucking street jokes. So what he did was he threw like a light one, an easy one, and then he just like Ali laid back on the ropes, let her get like her next 3 fucking. I bought a Snaps book, and then he just started in on her and fucking just totally turned, because I was like, oh my god, Patrice is gonna lose to a fucking transvestite. This is great. And then all of a sudden he turned it around, and I'm telling you, they just went blow for blow, and like I'm telling you, some of the funniest comics in New York at that country at that point was some of the funniest ones in the country, I feel. And we became audience members, and we shut up. A comedian, we all shut up and sat there and just watched them volley back and forth. And Patrice finally, started turning the tide. So she started walking away, was still running her mouth. She never quit, but she left. And I remember Jeff Ross looked at me and just shook his head after it and said, that's the most unbelievable fucking thing I've ever seen. And I was just like, it was one of those things, you saw it, and as a performer, you wish you did it.
Yeah.
The same way you saw Eddie Van Halen, you'd listen to him play guitar, and you'd be driving in your car, fantasizing that you were doing it. Like,
or no. The equivalent to especially any comic listening to this right now, is you in Philly.
Oh, that's it.
That's one of those moments where I saw it and I went, oh, I wish that had been me. I would have never been able to do that. And that's how performers look at that shit. And that's one of the highest compliments. So I really appreciate that. I'm telling you, I literally.
Well, if you watch that
I thought you were gonna say, if you want, just go perform in Philly.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, just go out. Yeah, show any sort of weakness in the anywhere in Philly. But when you watch me when I yell at the DJ, like I'm trying to fucking work something out here.
Yeah.
He was actually relaying something Patrice said, because all the comics came to the side of the stage and were watching it by the end.
Yeah.
And he yelled out "Invincible." That's what he yelled out.
Oh.
Which would have been perfect, because I would have been like, you fucking Eagles suck so bad. Some guy from a bar gets a tryout on your team. Not only gets a tryout, he makes your fucking team and has an impact, right? Like, I could have gone on forever, but I didn't. Like, I was so in attacking anything that talked to me.
Yeah.
And I always felt bad because the DJ, and because he kind of pointed over at Patrice, which was funny because me and Patrice weren't really talking at that time because we had that big fucking battle on O&A because of that fucking idiot radio show.
Yeah.
And that Philly thing was the first time we were backstage. We actually started like fucking talking again like friends. Cause
I heard that live, that you and Patrice, you were on the phone, right?
Yeah. And that's the worst thing about the internet. It was like a 3-month fight in our relationship, but it lives on forever.
Yeah.
And people still ask me about that. And it was just, we were doing this guy's show, and the guy he was just, the second I walked into the studio, he was just giving me shit. And I was thinking like I remember I came walking in the studio, and and they'd already given me a water. And so like one of the guys working on the show goes, Bill, anything else you need or anything? I was like, no, I got a water. I'm good. All I need is some headphones. And he turns around and goes, we'll get you some cans. We'll get you some cans.
Who was this guy? Don't say it, because maybe I might be friends with him.
I don't want to. All you got to do is listen to the thing. You'll hear who the fuck it is. I don't name names, right? So then I was just like, whoa. And he just kind of kept coming at me like that. So I thought it was like, okay, this guy thinks maybe I'm coming in from New York, so I think I'm better than him.
Yeah.
So I thought like this was some little hazing thing, like, okay, this guy's going to break my balls for a couple of breaks, and once I show that I have a sense of humor about myself, he's going to warm up. He never did. And in the middle of it, Patrice called in, and he accidentally cursed And I'm giving him shit for cursing or whatever, but I'm doing it more in like that cellar, hanging out in front of the cellar. You big stupid head, this isn't satellite radio, blah blah. But then, man, I know.
Yeah, I
already said it.
As soon as you said it, I went.
Yeah, he fucking hung up on him, and I didn't realize he hung up on him. But even then, I was just looking like, who gives a fuck? I didn't think it was that big a deal. And the episode ended like 2-3 hours later. The episode ends. And at the end of the episode, right, my HBO special came out, and the guy was like on the air trashing, like making fun of my special. Like, so what do you got going on? And I was like, I got a half hour coming out on HBO. And I just came out on HBO. And he goes, really? I haven't heard anything about it. Something like that. And I was like, well, it's doing real well. And he goes, whatever. And it was one of those things. The second the show ends, he goes, hey, did you have a good time? And it's just like, yeah, man, I had a great time. All right, see you next time. Fucking whatever. What was that?
Yeah.
And it was after the episode. That's when me and Patrice first got into a fight, because I got off and all it was a message going, yeah, that guy's a dick, man. Give me a call. So I called him up, and I didn't realize that he was really upset by it. So I came at him in seller mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Just kind of do this and blah, blah, blah. And then I go, he hung up on you, jackass, or something. And he was like, a lot of people don't know he was really a sensitive guy. So that's what started off. So then he goes on Opie and Anthony, and then that started the whole, you don't tell me I taught you to do this. And then my ego goes, what you fucking taught me to trash people?
Yeah.
Fucking met you when I was 25. I live in a quarter of, and then it just was, and it was literally like, two fucking pit bulls in a ring.
Bam, boo, 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 boo. Oh my God.
Oh my God, you guys. I have to tell you this story. So I'm flying. So I do an episode of Kroll's show. And always working with Nick Kroll, you're guaranteed you're gonna laugh your ass off all fucking day. Can I kiss the kid's ass? And I fucking love him. I think he's a fucking genius. So, anyways, I go to the airport, and I'm taking the red eye, taking this 10:55 flight, non-fucking stop, because that's how I do it. All right. I'm on a good plane. Why would I want to get off it and switch and roll the dice and get on another one? Let's just fucking get there. When I drive up to San Francisco, I don't pull over in fucking Burbank and then get into another car. We get it, Bill. All right. So I get on the fucking plane, right? I use my miles, bump myself up like a fancy person. Maybe I invented the Cheesecake Factory, people are thinking. And then they see how I'm dressed and they go, oh, no, he didn't invent the Cheesecake Factory. And I go to sit down in my seat, and I go to set my bag down. I was going to set it down right in front of me, and the nice fella sitting next to me goes, why don't you stick it in the middle? There's room. And he moved his bag out of the way. I'm like, all right, this guy's a solid dude or whatever. And then all of a sudden the waitress comes by, a stewardess, whatever. She comes by, flight attendant, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call him. She comes up, and she, can I get you gentlemen a drink? And I was like, yeah, let me get a water, please. Ice or no ice? However you make it. Stop acting like it's a fucking martini. It's all right. Just give me a water with ice. Thank you. And the guy next to me, he orders a Dewar's neat. No ice. No nothing. Just put it in there. So they bring our drinks, all right? And I'm really thirsty. So I start sucking mine down, and he just throws his back like it's nothing. Like fucking John Wayne, right before he's going to turn around and beat up three mustachioed guys in the 1930s, right? So I'm just sitting there, and everybody's getting on the flight, and I'm looking around at the passengers. I'm fucking doing whatever I'm doing, and all of a sudden the guy next to me, Mr. Dewars, goes to me, he goes, excuse me, he goes, are you afraid to fly? And I looked at him, I was like, what? He goes, are you afraid to fly? And I go, no, I'm not. And he goes, all right, but it's, he goes, it's okay. It's okay to tell me if you're afraid to fly. And it's immediately getting weird. And I'm like, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And then I'm thinking in my head, wait, is he afraid to fly? And that's why he's drinking the way he just drank?
And now he's hoping that I'm going to be afraid to fly, so he just wants to open up. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And he won't leave it alone. He goes, all right, because, you're fidgeting, you're looking around at other passengers. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, is this guy fucking serious? And I go, no. I'm not afraid to fly. So now I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to this guy for the rest of the flight. This guy's weird, man. It's like paint the picture. He's like 32-year-old, wiry, in shape, but like wiry white dude. He's got a scully cap on with fucking glasses. And, he goes, there's like a minute of silence and people are still getting on the plane. And then he goes, hey, sorry about that. Sorry. We just got off on the wrong foot. He's like, my name's so-and-so. He goes, what's your name? And then I'm thinking in my head, like, what's my name? My name's Frank. I wanted to give him but some reason I just went, it's Bill. And he goes, oh, hey, Bill. And he goes, nice to meet you. So we shake hands. And I'm just looking I don't have any poker face. I'm looking at the guy like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm not even trying to I'm not trying to be pleasant. I'm already done with this guy. So then the guy goes, oh, hey, Bill. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? Like he's fucking interrogating me. And I'm like, is this guy fucking serious? And I start doing the math in my head going, wait, is this guy like an air marshal or something? And I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking slamming booze over here. Fuck this guy. So I just go, look, I don't have to answer your questions. That's it. And I just look straight forward. He goes, okay, now I'm concerned. Okay? I am concerned. And I'm looking at him like, concerned about what? He goes, you're fidgeting, you have issues with other passengers, and blah, 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 blah. He starts painting like this, like he's been, I don't know what the fuck, like psychologically breaking me down. All right, so now by this point, they've closed the door to the fuselage, and we're starting to taxi. And I just finally look at the guy, and I go, I came up with the fight. At one point, I literally stick my hand out because he kept saying I was nervous, and I stick my hand right in front of his face, and I hold it level. Oh, that's what I did the first time, yeah. I hold it level. I go, I'm not nervous. And he goes, well, anybody can do that. And that's when I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to the guy. Sorry, I fucked the story up. Then he came back, got my name. Now he's going, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I finally look at him. I say, listen, pal, I'm drinking waters. You're drinking doers. Okay? There's no issue over here. And then he goes, it wasn't doers. What she gave me wasn't doers. Really? What was it? Some sort of spy juice? You fucking jerk off? This point, I want to punch him right through his fucking stupid wiry glasses. Right? So he's going like, you look around hostile, and I said something that just ticked him off. I was just, yeah, dude, I don't have to answer your questions. All right? Leave me alone. And then he starts going like, okay, now I am really concerned right now. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I just look at him. You know what I start doing? I start doing like this Ryan Gosling. You know that little smirk, that fucking Mona Lisa smile he has as he smirks his way through all his fucking movies? I go full on Ryan Gosling. Now I'm not talking to this guy, and I just keep looking at him. And I give him that little half a smirk, and I just shake my head. That's my game now. This is my game. It's like if you're going to be a dick right now with your fucking delusional authority, right? That you're going to, like we're in fucking Guantanamo, and you're going to waterboard me. Huh? There's no water. There's no board. Go fuck yourself. Here's my smirk, and I'm just going to shake my head at you like you're a fucking pathetic human being. This is what I'm doing, right? And this is the funny thing. I'm such a dick. All I have to say to the guy is I'm a comedian. I'm going to do a sold-out show there, and that would make him back off. But I'm a dick. I'm like, fuck this guy. I want to see where this is going. So now he's all fucking amped up, and he starts dropping he's saying the F word. He's sitting there going, He goes, if you don't fucking answer my question right fucking now, I am going to hit that call button. We're sitting there taxiing down the fucking, getting in the line. I'm going to fucking hit this fucking button if you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just fucking Mona Lisa smile, smirking, just shaking my head like you are a fucking retard, right? So now he's saying the F word so much. The lady who's sitting in front of me, diagonally in front, right in front of him, turns around and looks at us. And now my heart's racing. I'm like, where's this going? This is going to be great. I am 100% fucking innocent. This guy's drunk, and I think he's going to hit that button. Oh, I got a feeling he's going to hit that button. What's going to happen, right? I want to see what the pilot looks like. Let's see where the fuck this is going, right? So he goes, if you don't fuck, he starts bringing his hand up to the button going, I'm going to hit that button. You don't think I'll fucking do it? I'll hit that button. And I'm sitting there smirking at him, thinking in my head, go ahead, hit the fucking button. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? So finally, now he wants to hit the button, and he can't fucking find it. And it's in defense of him, I couldn't find it either. I was looking up there. I half wanted to hit it myself. Then he finally finds it, and he hits it. Boom! Right? And now I'm just like, holy shit, what's going to happen? And he's sitting there going, yeah, huh? You want to fucking play this game? You want to fucking play this game? And I was surprised. I mean, it took like 30 seconds before a flight attendant, the one who gave him the booze, which evidently wasn't booze, comes over. And at this point, we're like doing that shit where we're behind a plane. We're almost ready to take off. Like we're pulling up and then stopping, pulling up and then stopping as planes are taking off. So she goes, yeah, what's the problem over here? And he goes, I'm not comfortable to fly with this guy. This guy, he's fidgeting. He's looking around at other fucking people, blah, 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 blah. He's doing all this thing, right? And then the stewardess looks at me, and I'm just sitting there fucking, my little smirk, just shaking my head. And I'm just looking at the dude, just shaking my head like this guy's out of his fucking mind. I don't say a word. And this guy goes on and on and on about his fucking psychobabble about how I'm this security risk. So she goes, okay, any other passengers? Have you noticed anything? She's talking to everybody first class at this point. Has anybody noticed anything odd about this guy? And the lady who was sitting right in front of the dude diagonally from me turns around. She goes, yeah, I've been listening to this guy berating this other passenger. She's on my side. And I haven't said a fucking word. This is great. And I'm just sitting there smirking. Then the stewardess looks at me, and I shrug my shoulders like, I don't know what to tell you. So finally she said, sir, do you have anything to add to this? And I just said, look, I'm just a guy trying to go to Indianapolis. This guy over here, he starts slamming his doors. I kind of felt like a rat when I said that. I go, he's slamming his doors. Next thing you know, he's dropping the F-bomb to me. Then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I just said bomb, right? Fortunately, nothing happens. So now another fucking... The male stewardess comes over, right? Now he's going like, what's going on? And the captain of the fucking... Now at this point, we've pulled over and the plane has stopped. 250 people trying to get to Indianapolis, and jerk off over here who can't hold his fucking alcohol, who just watched Person of Interest every I guess, evidently. I have no fucking idea. Now the plane is stopped. This fucking jerk off has stopped the plane, interrogating a goddamn comedian like I'm in the fucking Taliban and like he works for the CIA, right? So now we're just sitting there. And the captain is up front in the plane, like, saying to the stewardess, just going, basically relaying, do I really have to fucking come back there? This is the last flight of the night. Is there really a goddamn problem? And that was the vibe. And they finally said to the douche sitting next to me, are you going to be okay to fly with him? And at that point, it appeased his fucking ego that he was somehow in control. And he goes like, you know what? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So they go, okay. So now the plane's going again. And now we fucking come around, and he's sitting there fucking, he's in my ear. And at this point, I am like the fucking laugh you hear me doing the podcast. That's what I'm doing. And he's sitting there going, he goes, you know what? I'm glad you, I hope you fucking do. I hope you fucking try something. I hope you fucking try something when we're up there. I really hope you fucking try something. And I'm just fucking like gut busting, laughing, shaking. Like, what are you going to fucking do to me? What are you going to do to me? Huh? You going to punch me in the face, you fucking wiry jackass? With your fucking glasses on? You know? That's a federal offense. You're going to go to jail if you do that or something. I don't know what, right? So I'm just sitting there fucking laughing at the guy going, I actually, at one point, I put my little eye pillow thing on, you know, like I'm going to sleep. Oh, I had that out too when the stewardess was talking to me. I was like putting it on as this total mind fuck. Like, I don't know what this guy is. I'm just trying to go to Indianapolis. I'm going to sleep. And so I got my fucking eye thing on, right? as he's sitting there threatening me. I was going total passive aggressive. It's like, dude, I'm so not concerned with you. I'm literally putting a blindfold on. All right? So this fucking guy, he starts going. He goes, you think you fucking won this? You think you fucking won this? He goes, you know who my dad is? My dad, he started saying his dad's some major CEO in Indianapolis. Doesn't it sound like a fucking made up story? I swear to God, this is all true. He goes, my dad is a major CEO in Indianapolis, and I will have you fucking arrested. And the lady turns around again. I will have you fucking arrested the second we get on the ground. I'm thinking, like, for what? For what? Sitting here? You fucking loser. Learn how to hold your alcohol. Right? And he starts describing the view that I'm going to have when I go to jail, like some fucking Law and Order episode. Oh, you're going to love it. You'll be able to see Lucas Oil Field and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there cracking up laughing. And then there's this pause, right? And I'm thinking, he finally shut the fuck up. It's like a 3-4 minute pause. He finally just gave up because I wasn't giving him anything. I was just laughing and shaking my head. I was being a dick to him. I was, because I was enjoying it. And then there was like a 3-minute pause, and then all of a sudden he just goes, "Why you going to Indianapolis, Bill?" So we're like 20 minutes into the flight. And I got to be honest with you, my adrenaline was so going during all of that because I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but I thought we were literally going to go back and there was going to be fucking cops there. And like if the fucking stewardess or the pilot asked me who I am and where I'm going, I'm going to tell them. I respect your authority. You're just you don't have any fucking authority. I don't have to answer your questions. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with another human being. Like when somebody thinks that they have power and you know they don't, and all they can do is just keep bluffing and raising their voice and start cursing at you. And if you just start laughing at them, the look on their face is fucking priceless. So the last thing he said, "Why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill?" Right? And I fucking started howling, just fucking holding my stomach, shaking my head, and with my fucking eye pillow thing on, right? And I know I'm going to get a ton of shit that I wear one of those. They're fucking underrated. Get the one at Brookstone where it's literally a pillow. I'm telling you, you could fall asleep 12 noon facing the sun. It's awesome. So anyways, like after he asked me what where you going, Bill? There was like a 10-minute, like probably 10 minutes had gone by, and I can't fucking sleep because it's so funny to me, and I can't wait to tell the story to every comic I know. I can't wait to try it on stage to see if it's funny or whatever. So finally I just like, fuck it, maybe I'll just get on my computer, and I bring up my eye pillow, and I got to look at the guy because I know he's fucking staring at me, waiting for me to do something, right? So I lift it up. I get my fucking Mona Lisa smile going, and I look over at the guy, and dude, he is fucking passed out. He looked like he got shot. He was sitting there like his head was just hanging straight down, and anytime the plane moved, like his head was, he looked like he got knocked out. And for the rest of the fucking flight, old fucking, what's Matt Damon's character's? Jack Ryan. Old fucking Jack Ryan over here is just, the sky marshal. The fucking booze bag, and God knows what else he was on. He was just completely out, passed out for the rest of the fucking flight. And this is how much a dick I am. I was having so much fun with this guy. I can't sleep. So I start slamming waters because I want to have to get up and take a piss just to see if this guy's going to freak out because this security risk is getting up. And the joke was on me. He never regained consciousness, and then I really had to take a piss, but I'm such a stubborn fuck. I was holding it because I wanted to make sure he was awake when I got up because I was going to give him a little smirk, and then I was going to get up to see if he hit the call button again. But he didn't. He didn't wake up till we hit the ground. And then it's funny. Then he woke up, and it was like 4 hours later, so now he had kind of slept off whatever the fuck this guy was on. And I'm sitting there smirking, waiting for the guy to start talking to me. He won't look at me. And I think at that point he kind of fucking realized that maybe he got a little a little too patriotic. So we stop at the gate and everything, and we're going to get up. So I grab my shit, I get up, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and he won't look at me. And then the lady who was sitting in front of me had this big smile on her face. She goes, how you doing? And I went, good. I go, that was an interesting one. And I said it really loud so the guy heard, and he didn't say anything. And this is what he did to try to save face. His pillow was kind of stuck behind his shoulder in like a weird place. So he was frustrated with it. So he ripped it out from behind him and kind of threw it down on the floor and went, ugh, like he tried to do some caveman grunt to try to still have some sort of, I don't know what. So that was my flight to Indianapolis, people. You know what? How far into the fucking podcast are we? That was a long...
Girlfriend cheating on her diet. What up, Billy Redknob?
I already don't like this person.
Why? You don't like that delivery?
No, that's actually pretty funny. Girlfriend cheating ... on her diet.
On her diet? That sounds like a gay guy wrote that. On her diet.
Ridiculous.
Scandalous. I'm 27 years old and have a girlfriend of 6 years whom I live with. When we first got together, she had a sexy, athletic body. That all changed last year when she got promoted and started working long hours in a high-stress position. She began smoking weed almost every night, claiming it helped her relax after a hard day's work.
Yeah, man.
She also started eating like shit, lots of fast food, larger portions, etc. She's probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier than when we first met. And on her 5'3" frame, it fucking shows, man. After ignoring my subtle... That would show on a 6-foot frame. After ignoring my
probably 60 to 70 pounds heavier.
After ignoring my subtle hints for the last year, I finally sat her down last month and said enough is enough. She needs to make an effort to get healthier. I did everything to support her in losing weight. I paid for an expensive supplement program that her coworkers recommended. I started making her healthy lunches every day to take to work. When she'd get home from work, I'd have a healthy dinner ready for her on the table. I even paid for a new gym membership and bought her a new bicycle. Today, I found a hidden cache of fast food wrappers in the garage. This led me to look at her bank statements from the last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home from work nearly every day since we talked. This sounds like a Biggest Loser story. Not only that, she'd also buy fast food at lunches sometimes too, suggesting that she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash. This really pissed me off. I'm a guy who takes care of my body and want a woman who does the same. She's only 24 and hasn't had children. She shouldn't have a beer gut, jowls, and saggy tits. You were so in the pocket. You were so in the pocket.
I want to fucking take your computer and throw it out the goddamn window. Can you please finish the rest of this so I can go off on this asshole? Please, just finish it, because I swear to fucking God. I swear to God.
I think he's making a lot of good points.
Oh my God.
The fact that I spent...
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
and don't scream too close to the computer. I can't use a mixer this week. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me makes me seriously call our relationship into question. What would you do in my situation? Oh my God, Mia's taking off her shoes.
Oh my God. You know what? You
Hey, we have to be quiet.
I know. And you know what? You shallow, just bullshit fucking asshole guy who wrote this letter. Let me explain something to you right now. You think you care about her health? You don't care about her health. You certainly don't care about her state of mind. All you care about is whether or not your girlfriend's hot enough. What, for you, for your friends, for society? You don't give a shit. You said yourself she's got this job, she's stressed out, and so she's stress eating. That's what a lot of people do, okay? And you're sitting here, you seem like you were well-intentioned, right? But now it seems like you're just being fucking shallow because you don't care. You don't care about anything that's going on inside of her. physically or mentally or emotionally. All you care about is what she looks like. And now you're mad because she's like hiding it from you and you're calling into question her relationship. You've been with her for 6 years and you're going to call into question her relationship, how she feels about you because she's going through something emotional. Why don't you talk to her about how she feels instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on the problem and making it seem like you care when you obviously don't give a shit, okay? You're a shallow, superficial douchebag, and she should dump your ass and get hot, even hotter than when. And she's 24. You met her. Wait a
minute. Time out. Now, how would she go about getting even hotter? By losing 60 to 70 pounds?
No, you know what? She could get hotter by finding a guy who's making more money and who's nicer and like just a better person.
So she should become a gold-digging fat whore?
No.
Wait a minute. Now listen. Here's the deal.
Forget her even.
Time out. You're being too hard. I'm going to tell you right now.
She should just dump you.
No. Yeah, you're being.
You mean she had a better body when she was a teenager than she was when she started to get into like her like, what a surprise. That's unbelievable. That happens.
Oh my God.
When people get older and have like grown up responsibilities. That's really crazy how that happens.
Sir, you hit the listen.
And you've got what, like a 6-pack and a full head of hair and you're just like the hottest guy ever, right? And that's not going to change for you maybe in 10 years? If you go through something and you're having a hard time and the person that you supposedly love and cares about you and has been with you for 6 years just decides to toss you aside because you gained some weight, fuck you.
Wait a minute. Okay, time out. Can I defend this guy a little bit here?
Of course, sure. That's what you do. You defend the assholes who write into you. So go ahead.
Well, yeah, I can't bite the hand that feeds. No, I'm not defending this guy just to defend this guy. Okay, first of all, you're ignoring the fact that this guy, he sat down with her in a nice way. Okay, in a caring way. Nia, to be 5'3" and put on 60 to 70 pounds, you're setting yourself up for heart disease, and you're going to die. And this guy, and she hasn't even had kids yet. Okay, time out. And she has to go through all of that, which you know, Nia. Okay, like that's already hard enough as it. She's only 24 years old. You should not be 60 to 70 pounds. Overweight is obese. This girl is 2 times on her way to 3 times at 24. She's blowing out her body, and she's never going to be in shape again. And she's going to live a miserable fucking life a very difficult life because of it. She's going to blow out her knees. I'm telling you, all of this shit is going to come. And this guy, he did not sit down and say, hey, you used to be hot, and now you're not. He's said, time out. No, he isn't. No, he is. Time out. He sat down with her like an adult and said that basically, I'm concerned about you. You know, we say I love you. I'm concerned about you. I want to help you get healthier. This guy is making lunches for her. He's paying for a gym. He's doing all of this stuff. And in the end, when he's trying to help her out, and then she's going behind his back, eating, which she's doing it out of a shame thing, he felt betrayed. And then the anger comes out. And then that's when he says beer gut jowls and saggy tits. Okay, now this is the thing there. Like,
it's unnecessary for him to put it I understand what you're saying. Okay,
well, he has to, because he can't say that to her, and he has to get his anger out, or he has to make a fucking joke. He has to do something. And yeah, this guy's also 27 years old. He says he keeps himself in fucking shape, which, you know something? That's not fair to your partner. It's not fair to your partner to go out and put on that kind of weight, okay?
She's 24 years old, though. She can bounce back. It's not like she's 44. She's 24. Okay, it's hard to lose that kind of weight, of course, but she can do it. But I'm just saying, why can't he be more emotional? He's doing all this stuff where you do all the physical stuff, but he seems like he's incapable of being emotionally supportive to her.
That's not. What are you talking about? He was in the beginning. He did this. What he's doing in the end is he's talking to me, guy to guy. She's 24 years old, hasn't even had kids. She shouldn't have a beer gut jowls and saggy tits. You know what? He's coming at her like a football coach.
Well, she doesn't need a football coach.
He didn't say it to her. He didn't say it to her. He said it to me.
Suggesting she was tossing the lunches I made her in the trash.
Yeah.
Who knows? She might have just.
She's probably eating them both.
She's probably eating them both.
Right. What would you do in my situation? That helped this fucking guy out. He seems like he's keeping himself in shape. He's actually a great boyfriend. If he was a dick, he would have said, I'm breaking up with you
because you have a beer gut and jowls. He didn't. He tried to help her with the fucking problem. Guys, problem solve, okay? Help this guy connect with her emotionally. So, I mean, look, she's got this high-stress fucking job, but, like, at some point, you know, you got to settle into the stress of your job or you have to get a new fucking job, but this is what it's doing to you. All right? And yeah, I got to tell you, you get 60 to 70 pounds overweight at 24 fucking years of age, what's going to happen at 34? And yeah, that is a legitimate question. It's a legitimate question because that weight thing is, you know, it starts happening. People die, Nia. Not to bring up a bad fucking subject.
Yeah, you're really like, you're kind of like taking it to the extreme, though. I mean,
but Nia, if you're going to think about being with somebody for the rest of their life, you're going to have kids with this person. They're already this much overweight. They're not going to be there. They're not going to fucking be there.
All right, fine. Maybe I went too far when I was calling him an asshole and all that kind of stuff. Man,
I think you had a normal reaction because
acting out of it's that last thing. You know what I mean? Because you know what, you're right. Everything that he says he's doing in terms of making her healthy meals and buying her a bike and the gym membership, that's all well and good. And maybe this is the part about men and women that's difficult because yes, you guys try to problem solve. You don't try to connect on an emotional level and say like,
no, you bury the emotions,
right?
And you go to the gym.
Exactly. Where it sounds like what she needs to blow off steam, and a lot of people do. They eat, they drink, they smoke weed, they do other drugs. This is how they cope. These are how people cope.
That's another thing. She starts
skills.
using fucking I mean, alcohol's a drug, but now she's
weed, and that increases your hunger for most people like you wouldn't believe. So and you don't want a salad when you're high. You want pizza and cheeseburger and nachos.
Let me ask you this, Nia. Let me ask you this. Let's just say you're dating me. All right. Mm-hmm. You know, we've been going out for 2 years. I'm in great shape, and then all of a sudden, the stress of the road. I put on 60 to 70 pounds and start smoking weed. Now, you're going to tell me that you're not going to entertain breaking up with me. You're not going to sit there and be like, this is going to be the father of my kids. This is the person I'm going to spend my life with. This guy who's acting like he's in fucking Wayne's World and Uncle Buck all at the same time.
You know what? I honestly can't say that I would. If you all of a sudden that's all you were doing with yourself, and whenever you weren't on the road, you were just sitting around smoking weed and eating.
You know what? You're full of shit. If I came home, imagine my pasty, freckled torso with man tits.
Right.
My fucking navel the size of a $50 now.
Yeah.
Smoking weed and just sitting there fucking, you know, that's going to affect my sex drive. And now I'm getting on top of you.
Sweating all over me.
Yeah. You got to get on top of me. I look like I'm pregnant. I mean, give me a fucking break. Right? And then you're walking down the street and you're seeing all these other guys going to the gym. And you're in the prime of your fucking life.
Yeah.
And you're going to pick a mate for the rest of your fucking life. And I'm already looking like I've worked on Wall Street for 30 fucking years. You're not going to sit there and have any second thoughts. Come on, you.
I mean, I might not be as sexy to you. That's for sure. But I wouldn't stop.
Can you just tear the Band-Aid off and just say what you're going to say?
But I wouldn't be like, I need to. That's the other
How would
thing
you
that I have
approach me? How would you approach me?
No, but listen, this is the problem. This is the problem that I have, especially with this whole letter. The fact that I spent all this money and effort on her, only to have her sabotage it and hide it from me, makes me seriously call our relationship into question. Why does that call your relationship into question?
Because she's being deceptive.
Yeah, because she's going through some emotional shit, but she's being deceptive about food. It's not like she's like cheating on it. She's like, you know what I mean?
I know she is.
For him to take it, to make it to seem like, you know, oh, or do you really not love me now? Because, you know, you're not following this diet that we agreed that you would follow. Like, that's not a fair comparison to make on somebody. Like, it's really not fair to do that.
No, is it fair to do what she's doing?
Well, she's not doing it against him. And as a way to hurt him.
I know she isn't.
So you can't say, is it fair for her to be doing that to him?
You know
because
something?
This is not what it's like.
But this is this classic fucking female thing, where you guys are right when you're right, and you're right when you're wrong. Like, you're acting like, you know.
You think she's doing this to hurt him?
Well, why can't she be a little more mature and just say, like, listen, why can't she sit down with him and just level with him and let him know, just say, listen, I got to be honest with you. I know that you care about me. I know that you sat down and you had this conversation with me, and I know that I said I was going to do this and this and this, but I'm actually doing that, and I'm actually, not going to the gym, and I feel bad that you're wasting your money and all that, and you're taking all this time to make a lunch every morning. How loving is that he's doing that?
She should do that.
Yeah, all right then. She's not 100% free of guilt. The thing about it is, Nia, is that guys are guys, and we talk like guys, and guys just get to the fucking heart of the matter.
I don't like the fact, what he said, he looked at her bank statements from last month. She's been picking up fast food on her way home for like nearly every day.
I gotta tell you, Nia, that's a chick thing to do. Go through somebody's email and snoop. He's snoop.
It is. It's
snoop. And now you don't like that. Now what if a woman did it? You probably would like it.
No, I don't. I hate when
she
people,
had a hunch.
No, I don't like when people check stuff. I have friends who check, and I don't think it's smart to do. I think it's ridiculous. And also, it's like, don't look, because you more than likely going to see something that you don't want to see.
Well, I'll be checking your emails later on today.
I have nothing to hide.
All right,
you can check all my emails.
All right, so what should he do in this situation?
Well, first of all, I should probably apologize for saying fuck you and calling you an asshole. But yeah, you should just sit down and have a talk with her and just say, I'm concerned about you and what's going on with you emotionally. Like, tell me what's going on. How does he deal with? Maybe we can go for a walk after work and you can tell me about your day. When he brings up the fact that he snooped and looked at her bank statements. He does not need to do that. Well, let's just say he does. Because at this point now, his girlfriend she's going to freak out. And she can get a lot of weight behind those punches now. You're such a dick. No, he should just say, I'm worried about you because I feel like you're going through some stuff and I tried to help you, but maybe it's not enough. Do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to somebody else? How are you feeling? Because she probably feels shitty about herself. She probably feels terrible about herself. She's gained that much weight. None of her clothes fit anymore. She knows how she looks. She probably feels absolutely terrible. And her one solace in life is that she's got this boyfriend who's home and he cares about her and he loves her. And she's abusing her. That's not abuse. Don't throw that word around, Bill. That's a strong word. Don't do that. She's taking abusing him. She's taking advantage of him. Stop it. She's taking advantage of their love. She's not. You're making it. That's what I don't. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. She's not trying to hurt him by doing this. She's hurting herself. You don't know her. You don't know her. And you don't know him. Exactly. So why are you right and I'm wrong? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm giving you my opinion. Isn't that why I'm here? You really have a beautiful profile. You know that. Don't try to throw me off. No, seriously. With that. Anyways. I appreciate that, but don't try to throw me off. All right. That was a legitimate thought, but I was trying to throw you off a little bit. No, listen. If I just forgot the fuck I was going to say. No. It would be very hard for me. Go back what we were just talking about. We were saying... this thing, no. She probably feels bad for herself. She probably blah, blah, blah. Hey, here's something. What if she doesn't? What if she doesn't give a fuck? There are those people. How do you know? There aren't those people who just don't give a fuck. Because she's a woman and she's 5'3" and she's put on more than like 10 pounds, it's just devastating for us. I'm 5'4" and I've been, about 25 pounds heavier? I understand. Still look good though. You liked me when I was a little bit heavier. Yeah, I don't mind. You said you liked it when I was a little bit thicker. So listen, it does show. It shows like nobody's business. You are right, sir. It shows. And it does suck to have your formerly tight, hot body girlfriend all of a sudden not be that way. I know. And if she looks like she's a retired athlete in her 50s at 24, I mean, what is he supposed to do? He is 27. So he is still at that shallow age where he's like, calling into question his relationship based on your partner's weight gain. No, that's the level of maturity he's at. Nia, listen, that's a very serious fucking thing to be that overweight at that age. I mean, if you do that to your body and you stay that way for 20 years, I mean, your body can only take that for so long. And when you're thinking about starting a family with somebody, they have to be around. They got to be involved.
They can't be over in the corner, you know, with no energy, lethargic, and then having, on top of that, all kinds of fucking health. That's another thing, too. You're not going to be able to get fucking health insurance. I mean, what she's doing really is affecting both of them. I'm not trying to be a dick here, but like...
They're not even engaged, though. This is just his girlfriend. That's how you get her to lose weight. You should propose. She'll lose weight with the quickness. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, but then once they get married, she's going to go right back to the Doritos.
Well, then that just means that there is a significant emotional thing that needs to be addressed. So all that stuff that you did while you got her this great bike and a gym membership and all that stuff to support, first of all, that should tell you that a person is only going to change their lifestyle if they want to. Number one, that's the first lesson. That's with drugs or food or anything. Number two, that means you need to go deeper than just the kind of like, these are the things that you do to get healthy.
I got the answer
right here. That means
you're
either talking or you're suggesting therapy, or you go to therapy to talk about it or something. She probably needs to. If she's got like some sort of like eating addiction, food addiction or something.
I got the answer.
She's probably just fucking depressed. And when you're depressed, you smoke weed and you gain weight. Like, she's depressed. She's stressed out.
He needs to sit down and decide if it's worth it. Does he love this person enough to ride through this fucking storm? If you're not, if you don't feel that way, then you should just walk. Okay? And then breaking her heart is better than marrying her when you don't love her. So just break her heart. The stress of that and the sadness of that, she won't even be able to eat that big king every day, and she'll probably drop like 15.
Has he stopped loving her? Because if that's the case, then
he's calling their relationship into question. So I don't know why. Because he's being honest. Why can't you fucking be honest? Why can't guys be who we are? We are visually. You know what I love about women is you fucking want to use that shit where visually attractive gets you a fucking drink. Or get you out of some shit. What do you mean? Ugh, like that doesn't fucking work. You want to use it when it works for you, and then you want to use that weakness when it's to your fucking advantage, and then when it's the other way, you want us to be these fucking understanding goddamn people. You want us to be guys when it gets you a free fucking drink.
We want guys to love us whether we're like the hot body or we gain some weight. That's what we want. We want to not.
Yeah, you want your cake and eat it. Literally.
We want to not be. We want to live in a world where we don't have to even fucking have this conversation. That's what we want.
Yeah, I want to be rude and fat. And selfish.
That's you. That's
and
you guys.
Shop
Actually,
and do whatever I want to do, and I want you to still
love me. You guys are already rude
and
fat and disgusting and ridiculous, and you get to do that. But women can't do that.
As you interrupt me, I'm rude.
We have to be like the hot body, otherwise you call our relationship into question.
Oh, so this one guy is everybody now?
He's not everybody, but we're talking about just a general scope of things. You just said women like to do this and women like to do that. Like it's all women. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Yeah, but I'm a moron. You're supposed to be a higher being. You're a female.
We are higher beings.
You're not.
Trust us.
You're not.
You're
just as dumb as we are, just in different areas.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Being an emotional person makes you tuned into things that you, as a male, with your basic fucking basicness, can't understand. So we already are high, and we can like carry children. We've got some spiritual level shit that you'll never understand.
Exactly. And you know what we also have? We have some plow through some shit that you don't understand. Don't you think
because you need plow through some shit and emotional shit?
Can I finish a fucking thought?
No. Can't you be a plow through shit and an emotional? You need both of those things, don't you think?
Yeah, it's called the yin and the yang. But for some reason, you think your yang is better than my yin. And that's the fucking problem. And there's 50,000 shows on fucking TV. As much as you ladies complain about the images on TV, there's a zillion fucking things on TV that are telling you that you guys are right and guys are morons. Start with 90% of the fucking advertising when they show a man and a fucking woman in a relationship. Like that ridiculous one from a few years ago that I'll never fucking believe that they were actually, where she's sitting at the computer and the guy's outside, finds a beehive and literally sticks a broom handle up into the fucking thing. and is getting stung by bees because he's a dumb guy and she has to sit down and handle the family business at the fucking computer. Okay? Please do the chauvinistic version of that fucking commercial.
What do you mean, do the chauvinistic version of that? When the woman's done?
Have the guy figuring out the family business on a fucking computer as she's sitting there looking through a fashion magazine or that's not even at the same level of ridiculousness. What is the female version of sticking a broom handle into a fucking beehive?
They're assuming that the woman is taking care of like the day-to-day run the household stuff, that the man is too busy working to figure out.
No.
So they're
Go with the metaphor.
So they're trying to appeal to a woman's sensibility so that she'll like the product. And then she'll buy that. That's all like
what about the metaphor?
Marketing.
No,
it's not like.
What about the metaphor that's going on there? That he's such a moron. He's trying to stick his fucking pole into any goddamn hole he can find. That's
not knowing he can get stung at any moment.
Yeah, always him getting hurt.
Here's another one for you. Girl at Jiu-Jitsu. Hey, Billy Bullock's breath. So my dilemma is I'm 18, and it's hot as friggin' hell in here.
Why don't you turn the AC on?
Because what am I supposed? Oh, I'll hit pause. Hang on. All right, I'm back. Here we go. So my dilemma is I'm 18 and I've just finished my first year of college a few months ago, and I've been hitting the gym. Good for you, as much as possible. Good for you. And I've been going to jiu-jitsu. You're crushing it. For the past couple of months. Anyway, first day going there, I noticed a girl in the beginner's class with me and thought she was hot. And she's doing jiu-jitsu? This is nothing but great stuff so far. So after a couple of weeks, I work up the nerve to talk to her. Good for you. Turns out I went to school with her younger brother, something in common. This is like all rainbows right now. And I was also the youngest in my year, so I think she might be 19 or 20. Jesus Christ, this is just all aces. Why does my computer screen keep shutting down? I don't know. Anyway, after training yesterday, I asked for her Snapchat. Is that the way millennials ask for digits now? I never even said digits. I'd be like, what's your number? Can I call you? You like my Z Cavaricis? Daisy Buchanan's, dude. It's a meat market. Try not to curse in front of her, even though I've already done it 50 times here. I don't know. Anyway, it's a trend, blah, blah, blah. And she gave it to me. And after I asked her for it, I felt like a weight had been lifted because I've never really talked to that many girls, let alone get their Snapchat or whatever. Good for you. Because I'm incredibly reluctant and a bit scared to talk to them. Yeah, pathetic, I know, but I think this girl is girlfriend material.
That's not pathetic.
Not just a fuck one-time bitch.
That was pathetic.
Yeah, he really just made a left turn there.
That statement was pathetic.
He kind of built himself up as the shucks guy.
Yeah, and then he turned it around into...
Now he's a lady killer.
Yeah, what?
I know what it is.
What?
He's afraid of love.
Whatever.
No, gee, see what you just did? You just turned her off. All right, I think I'm solo on this one. So, Billy Boy, what should I do? How should I go about this? How should I text her? Any advice would be appreciated. Love the podcast. Wouldn't mind hearing from the lovely Nia's input, too, if possible. Would love for you... Can you just let a guy be a guy? Nia, that's the equivalent of you guys being like, well, what does he do for a living? How much does he make? What size house could I get when I kick him out?
Oh, is that the equivalent, Bill?
Yes.
Equivalent
as
also,
an equal.
Nobody talks like that, at least not in my circle.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. For me, I feel I need a 20-bedroom house. However your friends talk. Would love for you to play a gig in Ireland sometime. Thanks, and go F yourself. Dude, I played a gig. I played 3 last year. I went from Dublin up to Belfast and out to Galway. I had an isosceles triangle of freckled fuckos I performed to out there.
Are you trying to be a badass with this whole not a one-time bitch fuck type of thing? Like, what was that? What was that little statement he threw in there? Because that did really turn me off.
Why do you keep latching onto that? This guy has all kinds of great qualities. He's 18. He's 1 year into college. Okay, he's hitting the gym. He's taking jiu-jitsu. He saw a beautiful woman. He was smitten by her, and he's nervous.
Okay? It's locker room talk.
I just don't understand why he has... I just don't understand.
Don't build a wall around
why
him,
he has to be like categorizing girls that he doesn't even know. And so this is like the kind of bitch you just fuck once, and this is girlfriend material. Go fuck yourself. How about you're neither? How about you're not gonna get laid and you're an asshole that won't have a girlfriend? How about that? How does that feel?
Meet me outside. How about that?
It's catch me outside.
Catch me outside. How about that? Nia, you guys do the same thing.
We're not talking about what you guys do and what everybody else does. I'm talking about this person that wrote in this question. Okay? That's not what this conversation is about.
You're
what everybody else does.
Child.
I want her to feel my passion.
Him.
Okay? No, her.
Oh, her. Oh, okay.
Her. We're not discussing what women do versus what men do. We're talking about this particular person who is like, oh, good for you. You got her Snapchat. Also, like, Snapchat, grow a pair and get her number if you're really trying to, like, come with it. Like, don't be lurking on her Snapchat so you can, like, jerk off to her, like, little selfie pics. I'm annoyed with this person. I'm sorry. You know what?
I'm jealous of this person because
you know what, son?
he's 18 and he's working out. He's in the gym.
I don't appreciate that little line that you threw in. So
he's not married and his wife isn't freaking out.
Some type of way about it. So,
all right, here's my advice,
what was his
sir.
question?
Here's my advice.
What did
something,
he want?
Nia, I swear to God, if you were a pitcher right now, I'm coming out, and before I even get to the mound, I'm taking you out of the game.
I don't even know what that means.
It means you got way too emotional, you lost your control, and you're gonna kill somebody. Hit the showers.
I can tell she's girlfriend material, not just a one-time, a bitch you fuck once.
This guy cannot run in from the bullpen quick enough. You've completely lost your composure. Hit the showers on this one. All right?
How do you know what kind of person she is?
Oh, boy.
Because you decided? Because you've projected what you want your fantasy to... Because she's not a real person to you, right? She's not a real person. She's just someone you saw doing jujitsu and is like, oh my God, this is like my dream girl. Not like those other girls that you just like toss to the side. You don't even know her. You don't even care to know her. You got her Snapchat? Her Snapchat? Really? Grow a pair, ask for the number, or stay the fuck away. Don't be lurking online like some kind of creep. What is this person's name? Oh, he's from Ireland? Colin?
Nia. Don't...
Seamus?
Seamus O'Leary. No Seamus. This guy has no Seamus. Sorry.
Patrick.
Listen.
Yes.
Didn't you guys have this guy's husband material?
Yes.
Well, all right then. So why don't you relax?
All right.
Good Lord.
I really got hot there.
You got grumpy.
All right. Fine. Yes.
This is the thing.
There are definitely guys that you're like, this guy you would not want to be in a relationship. This is a guy that you just like bang out a few times and don't ever see again. Yes.
What do you mean bang out a few times?
No, you're right. You're right. Women do the same thing. It's 100% true.
It took you 20 minutes to get there.
I don't know. It just bugged me. It just bugged me.
But
I'm being a hypocrite because I've certainly had those feelings towards certain guys. So
exactly. And it's about time women start fucking admitting that instead of acting like the world owes you a round of drinks. Now, here's a man. He's smitten with this girl. He's afraid,
Ow.
So he just your tooth's coming in there, huh?
Yes.
Well, this is what I would say. How should you go about this? You're going to have to do something that's probably difficult at your age. And I hate when older people say this, but you got to figure out a way to be yourself. You just got to walk. You've said enough, Nia. No, I think you've said enough.
I'm sorry, Shane. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
I think you've said enough here. I think you dumped a whole bunch of other stuff from other days. Was it something I did? I don't know. But this guy did not deserve that. This is an 18-year-old. He just became a man.
Okay. I overreacted a little bit.
He's going to college. He's going to want to defend his family back, fucking east, right? With his jujitsu.
I'm just saying, if you were my son, I'd be like, can you not...
Can you get off it, Nia?
All right, I'm off it.
You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. But what I love about you is you admit what a pig you are, like the rest of us. Jesus Christ. Can you give the kid some advice here?
What was the question? He got her Snapchat and
he's nervous. He actually likes this woman. What does he do? He should just be himself. Just listen. I got to admit, like I saw you across the room. I had one of those little mini heart attacks. I really like you. I'd like to take you out. Like you got to go honest there.
Just ask her out.
Yeah, you don't have to sit there and brood in the corner and try. There's no reason to. What you do is you fake with those ones you're just gonna bang. Someone you actually like, you got to be honest with them, or else it's not going to work. So just
Okay, this little one is getting a little fussy. I'm gonna go.
Okay, cool. I think you both need a nap.
I know. I'm sorry about that.
It's all right. Hey, we all get that.
Whatever his name is.
That's it.
My bad.
Yeah. For all you know, his name is Vinny. All right.